Hello, what up, famski? This is New Bedford's friendly neighborhood resident Portuguese thick boy from Massachusetts, Eric Lima over here. You are watching yet another video episode from my secondary YouTube channel vlog in which sentimental thoughts come from the heart and soul, and mental oddball shenanigans come from the mind and brain of yours truly. This is EML77 TV, episode 976, 24 episodes away from hitting the milestone of 1,000. Really excited about this. Really cool. Really awesome. So, I just finished watching NXT UK about over 2 hours ago. And I figured, I was going to do a video on it. So, a little NXT UK recap for November 5th, 2020. Six-man tag team I won't say tag team championship. There used to be a six-man tag team championship back in the day, but not for the WWE. I mean for NWA at one point. But Ring of Honor has now continued that tradition. It is a six-man tag team matchup. Gallus back, the Gallus boys on top, back with Joe Coffey, the Iron King, going against the unique team of Sam Gradwell and Pretty Deadly. Pretty Deadly. Now, there's a team that you need to look out for because they remind me a lot of the Hardys. It's the Hardys and the Rockers, and the Hardys and Rockers DNA mixed up with a little bit of Breezango, and boom, you get Pretty Deadly with a British accent, of course. And Pretty Deadly was going for a while. They were, Sam Gradwell was leading the team a little bit, making sure, sometimes, Sam Gradwell will get aggravated by them a little bit, and their antics, and say, hey, let's get focused on the matchup. But Pretty Deadly did get down onto it. But Gallus has been together for a long time. The Coffey brothers and Wolfgang, they know each other very well. So in the end, Gallus did pick up the victory. It was a heck of a matchup. And so Rampage Brown, who's one of the most highly touted British wrestlers from England. If you have not seen any of his matches, I suggest watch ICW. In fact, the ICW is on the WWE Network, just to let you guys know that. They arrived at the NXT UK Performance Center, seeing what's going on. He was greeted by a lot of people. Dave Mastiff was one that, was really appreciative of him coming in. Sid Scala says we'll get the contract signing. So next week, Rampage Brown will make his debut on NXT UK. Really excited to see what he can do and bring to the table. Another young lady who is signed on with NXT UK, Aaliyah James, makes her debut against fashionista Ginny. And Ginny's got the killer instinct. Beating up on Aaliyah James, Ginny did pick up the victory and said that, I have something that none of the ladies have is a killer instinct. And she calls out Piper Niven for some reason. Piper Niven arrives. Both women started arguing. Then Kaylee Ray, the NXT UK Women's Champ, shows up. And then all of a sudden she slides a chair in the ring. And then Ginny ends up slapping Piper Niven. Niven headbutts Ginny. And then Niven slams James. And then Aaliyah James, who, I don't know why. I was kind of shocked that she said, please don't hurt her or anything like that. I don't know why she's defending Ginny after Ginny beat the crap out of her. But Aaliyah James got slammed for her troubles. And then Piper Niven and Michinoku drove Ginny on the chair. And then it was announced in 2 weeks from today, it will be the NXT UK Women's Championship on the line. Falls count anywhere match. Kaylee Ray defends against Piper Niven. I believe Piper Niven is going to take that title. And then Eddie Dennis and the Hunt talked about what they did to Mark Andrews and Flash Morgan Webster. And I think under Eddie Dennis, I think the Hunt's going to be more vicious. And Flash Morgan, I think the Hunt, like I said, I tweeted the Hunt reminds us a little bit of the Bushwhackers, but they got the killer instinct of Head Shrinkers. I don't know the Head Shrinkers, Fatu and Samu. They're about as vicious as they can get, and the Hunt is going to be more vicious than those two. The Bushwhackers were known as sheep herders in other territories, especially I think Stampede. But I'm telling you one thing, the Hunt is going to be one team that Flash Morgan Webster and Mark Andrews better be well prepared for. So the South Wales subculture is going to be a battle. 1.5. So it's going to be very interesting to see. And with Eddie Dennis in the Hunt's corner, makes him even more dangerous. And Eddie Dennis could be a manager. That's how good this guy is. The guy's a very, very smart guy. He used to be a headmaster of a school. So you think about it. Eddie Dennis has got quite the intelligence. You combine that with the viciousness, like again, with that killer instinct, that brawling style, brains and brawn coming together. So this is going to be very interesting to see down the road what's going on. And then during the commercial, after the break, Piper Niven was still beating up Kaylee Ray in the backup. Officials trying to separate the two of them. That's when the match officially is set for the NXT UK Women's Championship. Also, Rampage Brown making his debut next week on NXT UK. No, in 2 weeks, Niven and Ray will battle it out for the NXT UK Women's Championship. But next week, two matches are going to happen. Rampage Brown making his debut on NXT UK, and the other semifinal matchup between Dave Mastiff and Trent Seven, that of the Heritage Cup Championship Series. And whoever wins that faces the winner of Noam Dar and the A-Kid. This match went the full 6 rounds. And in the third round, Noam Dar picks up the first fall. And the fourth round, the second fall went to A-Kid. And then finally, by submission, A-Kid picked up the submission victory in the 6th round, giving A-Kid the advantage. So that means A-Kid will face the winner of the Trent Seven Dave Mastiff matchup. This is going to be very interesting. To say the least. If Dave Mastiff beats Trent Seven, Mastiff gets the advantage. And in my opinion, he may end up winning the tournament. But A-Kid may have what it takes to win the tournament. But A-Kid and Trent Seven would be a matchup I would love to see because they're both very, very good competitors. So I'll see that. And that way, that's the match next week. Mastiff versus Seven. The other semifinals, whoever wins that faces A-Kid in the tournament finals. So NXT UK is a brand that you guys, we Americans, should start watching more often. I know they're going to be on lockdown. The UK is going to be on lockdown. England's going to be on lockdown, I think, because for a second lockdown. So we'll see what happens. Well, how that will affect NXT UK in the future. But for right now, it is amazing that they have a lot of great, awesome talent there, and. Another thing, too, going back to Monday Night Raw, there's a WWE.com exclusive. Retribution was talking, and it seeseems like The Reckoning, a.k.a. Mia Yim, is calling out Asuka. And I'm thinking, this will be a heck of a matchup. The Reckoning versus Asuka. That would be, and The Reckoning, we all know that's Mia Yim, but still, Reckoning is a quite the superstar to be reckoned with in the ring. No pun intended there. And she is very good. Imagine Reckoning versus Asuka and calling her a dancing clown. I don't think Asuka will take that lying down. And if I were Asuka and the Reckoning for the Raw Women's Championship, sign me up for that one. Let's go. Roll out. That's how we do it, And, I gotta tell you, the Retribution is really want to make their mark, and I think the Reckoning has decided to go after a championship. So that will be something. That means she's put a lot of pressure on herself to bring Retribution a championship. Mustafa Ali, I like it better pronounced that way. He doesn't like being pronounced Mustafa. It's Mustafa, and I think Mustafa Ali, I think his drive and leadership could help Retribution. Now, we will see in the future what's going on there, because I'll tell you one thing. And if Retribution goes after both Raw and SmackDown, think about it, though. Retribution starting on Raw. If the Reckoning beats Asuka, the Reckoning could end up facing Sasha Banks or Bayley. It depends on what happens tomorrow night on SmackDown. As you know, the women's title rematch is on. I tell you what, it'd be very interesting to see who's going to be rounding out the other Survivor Series teams. So far, it's Jey Uso. Jey Uso is part of the Survivor Series team, and let me look back at my notes here. I always keep notes on all the events that way. Kevin Owens. I believe Kevin Owens. It's Kevin Owens and. I believe Kevin Owens. It is Kevin Owens and Jey Uso so far. And you got on the women's side, Bianca Belair on SmackDown. So it'll be a lot interesting. How about the Mysterios? How are they going to focus on everything when Aaliyah kissed Murphy? What's going on? The craziness that we haven't seen the Forgotten Sons because Jackson Riker got a little heat because of the political tweets. I always, like I said, that's the reason why I hate politics. When sports athletes decide to use politics, I understand they want to make a difference, and and that's fine. But you got to realize something. Sometimes you're going to catch a lot of backlash. You know what I mean? That's why I avoid talking about politics on here, especially what's going on with the election and whatnot, and with Donald Trump still president. For right now, we don't know what's going to happen, and we know all I know is Biden is 6 electoral votes close to 270, but then again, with something going on and a lot of crazy stuff. So, but leave it at that. I'll leave it up. That's why I leave the politics to the news. Let the news handle it. I don't watch the news that much. The only time I turn on TV is watch wrestling and Power Rangers. That's it. So, so we got that going. So what is expected of me next? Oh yeah, on the next episode, I would on 977. I'm going to give you my 5 top NXT favorite women's wrestlers from NXT, because what I've seen from the women's division, it's very tough to pick up top 5. Even a top 10 is a lot more difficult. So I will do that on the next episode. So that be well of that, and I will do so. And I want to thank everybody for tuning in. NXT UK recap of November 5th, 2020. And once again, happy birthday to my father, Charlie Lima. I love you, Dad. Peace and love. And I hope everyone has a wonderful day. All right, I'll see you guys later. Have a wonderful rest of the night, and And if you plan on sleeping for the rest of the night, have a great tomorrow. If not, just chill out, relax, and if you need to go to sleep, get worked a while, do so. Whatever, all right? I'll see you later. Peace. Have a great and wonderful night.